Okay, this is a very exciting moment for me. I may not look like it, but I am absolutely screaming on the inside. I never thought I'd see the day that Blue Lock would get an English release. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. It's been a while since I've made a video. It's been like 2 weeks, but today I am back and I'm going to be talking about a banger of a manga, and one that isn't actually officially out yet. I'm recording this on the 20th of June. This comes out the 21st of June. I'm happy to get this 24 hours early. I should have had this a lot earlier than that, but I'll take my L's, I'll take my W's whenever I can get them. So today I'm going to be talking about the English release of Blue Lock, what to expect when buying this manga, and just about Blue Lock in general. And I am one of the rare few that actually own the Japanese manga, so I'm going to also be talking about the Japanese manga and comparing the two to see, you know, what the differences are and just what's added in each volume and what's different. But before I start talking about Blue Lock, if you're all interested in more manga content like this, be sure to go down, hit that subscribe button, also join the Discord, link is in the description. Without further ado, I'm going to stop beating around the bush. Let's just start talking about Blue Lock, shall we? Now, before I go into the whole comparison thing of Blue Lock, let me just tell you about Blue Lock and why it's so special to me. I'll give you guys the brief description on the back of this volume, and just to give you guys a rough idea of what this manga is about. Now, if you're new to this channel, I am the Blue Lock guy. Everyone knows me as the guy who just loves Blue Lock and has been praising it for a year and a half now. My second most popular video of all time is my Blue Lock video. That was posted a year and a bit ago, I believe. And yeah, it's one of my favorite videos, one of the best videos I've ever made, obviously behind a collection haul. You can't get any better than collection videos, but let me just describe Blue Lock for you guys. After disastrous defeat at the 2018 World Cup, Japan's team struggles to regroup. But what's missing? An absolute ace striker. The football union is hell-bent on creating a striker who hungers for goals and thirsts for victory. So, Blue Lock, a rigorous training ground for 300 of Japan's best and brightest youth players, is created. To survive this battle royale, the last striker standing will have to out-muscle and out-ego everyone who stands in his way. As you can tell, I would call this a lot darker than every other sports manga out there. This is very ego oriented. It's just about how big your ego can be and how far it can take you in the world of soccer and the world of being a striker. It is a wonderful manga. I keep saying this is my favorite manga of all time, and I know you could say JoJo's is my favorite manga of all time, but I wouldn't really compare an entire series and 100 and something volume manga, or manga series at least, to a 19 volume manga. And I do still believe I have a lot more connections to this than I do JoJo's, which blows a lot of your minds. I know JoJo still holds a very special place in my heart. It was that series I found at the right place at the right time, but this is also a manga I found at the right place at the right time, and it just does it for me. This manga is just phenomenal. The art is top tier. I'll show some b-roll, and I might as well just start getting into the comparison of this manga. And obviously I think you can tell by just when I held them up the size comparison. So this is a Kodansha Sig volume, so it is very big. For those that own the manga, it is the exact same size as a Blue Period volume in height and length. It is a very big volume, which makes me very happy because the absolutely astonishing art can shine with these big pieces of paper. Now, if there is actually one thing I dislike between the Japanese and the English version, is the color of the covers. Now, comparing volume 1 of the Japanese volume to volume 1 of the English volume, it's a lot less saturated. Like, the saturation was taken down a notch, and I love bright colors. So when I saw that, I was a little disappointed, but other than that, that's the only flaw I actually have of this manga. And now, if we go into the manga, into the pieces of paper, we will see we have a couple colored pages. Actually, we have one of a rough sketch of Isagi, and then actually the chapters, the contents, and a really nice color page. Just an introduction to what Blue Lock is, and a very brief sentence of basically what it's about. And a nice colored widespread that I love. It's so nice. I love when manga add color pages. I don't think enough manga do it, and I'm very happy to see Blue Lock getting that color page treatment. It makes me very, very, very happy. Now, when it comes to content, it's the exact same thing. It ends off at the exact same time, both volumes. Obviously, I don't know why you'd end a manga earlier or later than what the Japanese manga is, especially if it's only single volumes. So it's 100 and something pages, 180 something. So it's a thick boy. It is a thick volume. About 187 pages. Let's rough it to 190, just because there's some end things that don't really count. But it is a very, very, very thick boy. It's a thick manga, and I love it. I'm glad it's getting the big buff Kodansha Sig volume. I think Kodansha just hit it out of the park with this print, and I love it so much. Oh my god, it feels so surreal just holding this manga in my hand and just feeling it and I actually sat down with a physical copy of Blue Lock and read it. I thought I'd never see the day that my favorite manga of all time and one of the best sports mangas ever written would get printed in English. I thought this series was so underrated and under the radar that I don't think it ever would, but I am so happy to see a lot of people enjoying this manga. I've been enjoying it for over a year and a half. I think closer to 2 years now is when I've been starting to really enjoy this manga, and it makes me very excited to see people pick it up. Like one of my good friends, I actually talked about it with her last night, HVL Manga. She adores this manga just as much as I do, and it makes me very happy that my thoughts about this manga are being spread and people just picking up on it and reading it. It's a very lovely manga, a very self-centered manga. I would actually call it a seinen. It's a lot darker than every other sports manga, like I said at the beginning of this video. So it's a very self-centered manga. There are some very self-centered characters, but I think those egos clashing is what makes this manga so enjoyable, what makes the characters so fun and so cool to see interact with other characters with massive egos. I think it is a lot of fun. Now, in the first volume, you do meet a lot of the characters that stick around for most of the series, and I'm not going to say who goes and who stays. Obviously, you guys have to read that to experience it, but later on, you will meet some more characters, and one of the best characters of all time, Baru, you guys are going to meet him later. He's one of my favorite characters in Blue Lock and an absolute G in this entire series. And you guys just get to experience the beauty, the absolute beauty of Blue Lock and just how much fun this manga is. I'm very excited for you guys to read this manga. Now, if I'm being honest, I remember waking up, it was like 9 o'clock. I went downstairs, and the night before, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I actually pre-ordered it on Amazon because I got fed up on finding it early. But push my luck, I obviously saw this coming. Indigo stocked it the next day, aka this morning. They open at 10 o'clock, so I checked their website at 10 a.m. They have 5 in stock. I literally hopped in the car, drove there, picked it up, literally didn't look at anything else, and dipped. And then I came home and I fucking read it. I sat there and I read the book. It didn't take me too long because I obviously knew what I was reading, so I didn't have to think too hard about reading it. But it just made me fall in love with this manga all over again. Ego Jinpachi's great coach. He's sadistic and crazy as hell, but he's a smart son of a bitch and knows just how to dig into people's brains and get them to really pull their true self out of themselves. He's a great character along with the other cast of characters. They are very, very, very cool. You meet my best boy Bachira in this volume. He's a G. You learn a lot more about him later on, and he's an absolutely cool character. And the characters don't stop there. You will meet so many more enjoyable characters. So as I keep saying, I'm very excited for you guys to continue to read this manga. And if you're interested, you can read it online on Scans. Manga Dex has it there, as well as Manga C123. So if you're interested, you can go read them there. I would really like you guys to go read ahead, but I also really want you guys to support the creator of this manga by buying the physicals. So I would say stick to the physicals just because they're very nice releases. I think Kodansha just nailed it with these releases, and I'm very excited to see what they do with the later covers. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop sucking this manga's dick and tell you guys to go read Blue Lock for yourselves, experience it. If you're on the fence, hopefully this video convinced you to go buy it. Please, by all means, I want to be known as that Blue Lock enthusiast, and the one that you guys all know as the guy who won't stop sucking Blue Lock's dick. But yes, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all. I'll see you on the next video. Peace, take care.